As custodian of the wrecks, it's Philippe Rouger's job to track and monitor Bermuda's historic shipwrecks.
Unbelievable. This is just mad. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it?
For my money, the most spectacular cave of crystals discovered anywhere in the world.
We tend to view nature as a serene escape, filled with breathtaking vistas and peaceful landscapes. Yet beneath the surface of our planet's most stunning locations lies a brutal reality. There are corners of Earth where beauty is merely a camouflage for lethal forces, where the environment itself is a weapon, and where a single moment of inattention guarantees death. Forget fiction, the true horrors are right here on the map. Prepare to journey into the forbidden zones, culminating in a place that defies the very laws of survival. Medellín National Park, Bolivia, nature's hidden killers. Spread across more than 18,000 kilometers, Medellín National Park may look like a paradise, but beneath its emerald canopy lies a labyrinth of hidden dangers. This perilous route through the Bolivian Andes is marked by narrow lanes, sharp turns, and deadly cliffs, earning it the name Death Road. Every step through the dense rainforest carries risk. A simple brush against certain plants can leave painful blisters, and tiny ants deliver stings sharp enough to make you wince. Even the water hides invisible threats, from parasites that can harm vital organs to toxic fungi capable of causing hallucinations, seizures, or paralysis. Here, predators aren't always visible. There are no roaring lions or stalking crocodiles. Danger thrives in the small and silent. A misstep on the forest floor, a sip from a stream, or contact with the wrong plant can turn beauty into peril in seconds. For humans, Medellín is a constant test of awareness and endurance, where vigilance is essential and survival depends on respecting the rainforest's subtle yet lethal forces. Sometimes the deadliest threats are not the ones you can see. They are the ones that hide in plain sight, waiting for the unwary. Leaving the suffocating labyrinth of Medellín, we move from forests teeming with hidden threats to a vast open expanse where danger is invisible yet absolute. The Bermuda Triangle spans the Atlantic, a silent predator over endless horizons, where compasses spin and vessels vanish without a trace. Bermuda Triangle, Atlantic Ocean, where the sea erases history. Stretching between the coast of Florida, the shores of Puerto Rico, and the island of Bermuda, lies a patch of ocean that looks like a postcard destination. Turquoise waters, sunlit waves, but beneath its calm surface, there's a place where compasses spin wildly, signals vanish, and travelers simply disappear. For over 100 years, ships have sailed in and never sailed back. Aircraft have crossed the skies and never landed. No distress calls, no wreckage, only empty horizons and unanswered questions. Among the most chilling incidents is the disappearance of a group of military aircraft known as Flight 19. 5 planes flew out together and vanished together, leaving investigators with nothing but speculation and a growing legend. Scientists propose explanations: methane eruptions destabilizing vessels, unpredictable weather, magnetic interference disrupting a pilot's navigation. Others believe something still waits here, hidden in the deep, beyond what instruments can measure. Whether the cause is natural or something we have yet to understand, this region has claimed hundreds of lives without leaving a single clue. A place where the sea does not just take, it erases. If the ocean can erase life without warning, imagine descending beneath the Earth's surface into a crystalline underworld where beauty seduces even as it kills. Nika Crystal Cave in Mexico awaits, its shimmering giants hiding a deadly secret. Nika Crystal Cave, Mexico, a glass cathedral that melts life. Nearly 300 meters beneath northern Mexico lies a cavern straight out of a fantasy story. Towering white crystals catch and reflect every ray of light, creating a dazzling, almost hypnotic spectacle. But the beauty is deadly.
With temperatures surpassing 50 degrees Celsius and humidity at 100%, the air itself can incapacitate an unprotected explorer in minutes. Specialized suits and oxygen equipment are essential. Without them, organ failure can occur in under 10 minutes. Authorities sealed the cave in 2017, both to safeguard human life and to protect its fragile formations. In Nika, the danger is not visible in the crystal sparkle. It's in the environment itself, where heat and humidity become lethal forces. Emerging from the suffocating heat of Nika's crystalline depths, we return to Earth's surface and to a lake where death hides in stillness. Lake Natron, Tanzania, turns water into a silent predator, preserving life in stone. Lake Natron, Tanzania, the lake that preserves death. At first glance, from the sky, Lake Natron looks like a painting left to dry under an alien sun. Streaks of crimson, violet, and molten gold spread across the surface like brushed fire. But the beauty is a trap. This lake doesn't welcome life, it captures it. The water is so alkaline that it mirrors the chemical strength of household cleaning agents, reaching temperatures hot enough to burn skin instantaneously. When birds or animals misjudge their flight path and plunge into its depths, their bodies don't decompose, they transform. Within hours, tissue hardens, skin freezes in place, and the corpse emerges preserved like stone, a haunting still frame in nature's gallery of mistakes. Only a few species, including specially adapted flamingos, can survive here for short periods. For humans, even brief exposure could be fatal. Imagine standing on the lake's edge, silent, windless, watching a world where time doesn't heal. Time fossilizes. Lake Natron reminds us that stillness can kill.
From these frozen waters, we ascend to volcanic peaks where danger erupts in fire and gas, proving that nature's allure often conceals lethal intent. Kawah Ijen volcano in Indonesia glows with deadly blue flames. Kawah Ijen volcano, Indonesia, the blue fire of death. As night descends over Java Island, the mountain awakens, not with the roar of lava, but with an otherworldly glow. From the crater of Kawah Ijen, streams of eerie blue flames flicker and twist like ghostly torches illuminating the darkness. It's a sight that mesmerizes, but the beauty is lethal. Beneath the flames lies one of the world's most acidic lakes, its water so corrosive that it can burn through skin and equipment alike. Sulfur fumes rise in thick, choking clouds, and when they ignite, they produce that hypnotic blue fire, an almost magical spectacle that hides an invisible, deadly threat. Without proper protection, a single breath of these gases can be fatal in minutes. Yet amid this natural inferno, humans risk everything. Sulfur miners descend daily into the crater, balancing 40-kilogram blocks on their shoulders as they navigate treacherous terrain, all for meager earnings. Every step could mean collapse. Every misstep could mean death. But their lives continue under the harsh glow of the blue flames. Kawah Ijen is a paradox. Every volcano has its own personality, and what's fascinating about Kawah Ijen is it's the world's largest hyperacidic lake. The acidity is on par, if not more concentrated. Breathtaking beauty fused with relentless danger, a reminder that some landscapes are as deadly as they are mesmerizing. Here, survival isn't guaranteed, it's earned with courage, endurance, and sheer respect for nature's fury. After witnessing the hypnotic danger of Kawah Ijen, we leave the tropics for a land of ice and fire. Mount Erebus in Antarctica combines molten lava with blizzards, proving that Earth's extremes spare no one, regardless of latitude. Mount Erebus, Antarctica, the ice volcano that breathes fire. In the frozen expanse of Antarctica, where temperatures plunge below -50 degrees Celsius, Mount Erebus rages, a volcano defying the cold with molten fury. Rivers of lava glow against the ice, while dense clouds of toxic gas rise silently, ready to choke any intruder. The summit sears with heat, yet the base freezes instantly. Violent Antarctic winds and sudden whiteouts turn every step into a deadly gamble. Scientists brave the slopes with protective gear, monitoring tremors and emissions, knowing that one misstep could mean frostbite, scalding, or suffocation. Mount Erebus is a living paradox, fire in the heart of ice, danger in isolation, and beauty fused with lethal risk. A stark reminder that even the most remote places can hide nature's harshest tests. From Antarctica's fiery ice to Indonesia's awakening giants, Mount Sinabung reminds us that dormant landscapes can erupt into relentless fury at any moment. Nature's silence often precedes the deadliest chaos. Mount Sinabung, Indonesia, the volcano that woke up angry. High in the mist-covered highlands of Sumatra sits a giant that the world once believed was dormant. For nearly 400 years, Mount Sinabung lay silent, covered in forests and farmland, shaping local life around its peaceful slopes. But in 2010, without tremors, without warning, the mountain opened its eyes. What followed was not a single eruption, but a relentless awakening. Towers of ash pierced the sky, rising kilometers high. Rivers of scorching gas and molten rock, known as pyroclastic flows, raced down valley sides with the force of a crashing tsunami, erasing entire settlements in minutes. Farmlands that once fed thousands vanished beneath gray burial grounds. In the years since, Sinabung has erupted again and again, sometimes waiting months, sometimes only weeks.
Indonesian volcano Mount Sinabung erupted early this morning, spewing ash as high as 2,000 meters up into the air.
Some communities have been forced to evacuate more than 30 times in a single decade. Homes rebuilt only to be swallowed again. Paths permanently abandoned. Generations displaced. Here, the ground beneath your feet holds its breath, and every silence feels temporary, because this volcano does not sleep anymore. Once the fury of an angry volcano passes, the Earth's heat takes a new form. The Danakil Desert in Ethiopia pushes survival to its limits, where ground, air, and sun converge to test every step. Danakil Desert, Ethiopia, hell on Earth. At first glance, it seems otherworldly, a vast stretch of cracked earth shimmering under an unforgiving sun. This is the Danakil Desert, where temperatures routinely climb above 50 degrees Celsius.
At more than 100 meters below sea level, and with temperatures that can soar to more than 50 degrees Celsius.
Turning each step into a battle against the heat. The ground isn't solid, it's fractured and coated in dazzling sheets of crystallized salt. Beneath your feet, the earth hisses, acid pools bubble and churn, releasing clouds of sulfur that sting the eyes and scorch the lungs. Every move tests your limits. NASA has studied these alien-colored landscapes, yellows, reds, and greens that look like Mars brought to Earth. But this isn't fiction, it's real, merciless, and yet life finds a way. The Afar people call this harsh terrain home, navigating it daily to mine salt, hauling heavy blocks amid heat and toxic gas. Survival here is a skill honed over generations, a delicate negotiation with one of the planet's most extreme environments. After surviving the alien landscapes of Danakil, we cross continents to North America's Death Valley, a land where the heat itself challenges life and even the desert floor seems alive with unseen forces. Death Valley, USA, the land where the earth feels alive. Deep within California's Mojave Desert lies a stretch of land that looks empty. Southern California is home to some of the most extreme landscapes in the world, and there's none more extreme than its Death Valley, yet fights harder than almost anywhere on Earth. They call it Death Valley, and unlike most names on this list, this one isn't symbolic, it's a warning. Here, the sun doesn't just burn, it extracts life.
the highest surface temperature ever recorded on Earth, 56.7 degrees Celsius, 134 degrees Fahrenheit, was measured here in 1913, a figure so extreme that scientists still study it today. Under these conditions, sweat evaporates before it can cool you. Your body dehydrates faster than you can drink. Skin blisters, muscle coordination fades. People report confusion, dizziness, even visions while fully awake. You can be steps from shelter and still not make it. But heat is not the only mystery written into this landscape. Across the cracked desert floor, stones weighing hundreds of pounds appeared to glide on their own, leaving long trails etched into the earth. For decades, theories ranged from the paranormal to the impossible. When finally explained by rare thin sheets of ice and wind working together, the answer felt almost stranger than the myth. Standing in Death Valley is like standing inside a furnace built by nature. Nothing moves except in silence. Every shadow feels hostile. From blistering heat to bone-chilling wind, Mount Washington in the USA shows that the atmosphere itself can hunt the unwary. Nature's threats shift from the ground beneath your feet to the air that surrounds you. Mount Washington, USA, the peak where weather turns predator. At first glance, it seems harmless, just 1,900 meters high, hardly a giant among mountains, but numbers are deceiving. What makes Mount Washington truly terrifying isn't its height, it's how violently the mountain breathes. This place holds a record that still sends shivers through weather experts around the globe. In 1934, its peak unleashed wind speeds so powerful they reached the threshold of a Category 5 hurricane, over 370 kilometers an hour, recording a 231-mile-per-hour wind gust on April 12, 1934. That gust atop Mount Washington would later be certified as the strongest wind gust ever recorded on the surface of Earth. That's not wind, that's nature in attack mode. But what turns this mountain into a grave risk isn't just power, it's unpredictability. Here, the weather doesn't change gradually, it switches like a trap. One moment, the sun can be shining across the snowcaps, visibility perfectly clear. Within seconds, sometimes less than half a minute, everything can vanish in a whiteout. The temperature can plunge to nearly -40 degrees Celsius, with frostbite beginning before you even realize you're at risk. Even experienced scientists and expert mountaineers follow precise survival protocols because a wrong turn, a delayed reaction, or a moment of confidence can lead to fatal hypothermia or total disorientation. People have vanished just meters away from shelter. Mount Washington doesn't roar with eruptions or echo with predators. Its danger is silent, invisible. It waits in the air you breathe, in the calm before the next atmospheric ambush. Surviving Mount Washington's unpredictable storms, we journey to Kamchatka, Russia, where tranquility conceals invisible killers in a seemingly peaceful valley. A reminder that danger sometimes whispers instead of roars. Death Valley of Kamchatka, Russia, the silent killer. Tucked beneath the shadow of the Kapirichnuk volcano lies a meadow that appears tranquil, deceptively calm, like a hidden jewel in the wild Russian wilderness. But this serene landscape is a trap, a silent executioner that takes life without warning. Beneath the snow and moss-covered earth, cracks in the geological crust release invisible clouds of hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide, odorless, colorless, deadly. Birds plummet from the sky mid-flight, foxes and bears collapse in an instant, and even a human intruder could lose consciousness within minutes if unprepared. Scientists venture here with extreme caution, wearing protective gear and monitoring the shifting gas emissions, studying Earth's most lethal natural hazards. But the land offers no mercy. Hidden fissures and sudden snow cover make each step unpredictable. One wrong move can mean the end, swallowed silently by the toxic breath of the planet itself. This valley is a chilling reminder that nature doesn't always roar to assert dominance. Sometimes it whispers death. And if the thought of invisible gases creeping through a seemingly peaceful meadow is unnerving, prepare yourself. The next stop takes us into the heart of an ocean where ships vanish, planes disappear, and mystery shrouds the water for centuries. From Kamchatka's toxic valleys, we now turn to Lake Noise in Cameroon, a serene lake that once claimed thousands in a single silent night. Earth's deadliest threats can be quiet and invisible. Lake Noise, Cameroon, silence that kills. On the night of August 21st, 1986, a serene valley in Cameroon held a secret beneath its placid waters. Lake Noise, a volcanic crater lake, had spent centuries quietly trapping carbon dioxide deep in its depths. Then, in a single invisible surge, the gas poured from the lake, heavier than air, creeping silently into nearby villages. No explosions, no warning tremors, just a creeping, silent cloud that smothered everything in its path. 1,700 people and thousands of livestock perished in the night, leaving no time to escape, no cries to echo through the darkness. Life was extinguished almost as if it had been swallowed by the air itself. Today, engineers have installed a degassing system to prevent another tragedy, yet the lake still holds a haunting lesson. Sometimes danger is invisible, quiet, and closer than you realize. A lake, usually a symbol of life, calm, and beauty, became a graveyard overnight. Lake Noise teaches us that air can kill without warning. Now we confront Snake Island in Brazil, where venom strikes silently yet lethally, proving that danger takes countless forms. Snake Island, Brazil, nature's lethal domain. Just 33 kilometers off the Brazilian coast lies a place that humbles even the bravest explorers, Ilha da Queimada Grande, known to most as Snake Island. Queimada Grande, or Snake Island, is home to the Golden Lancehead, is an island that humans aren't meant to tread. No towns, no beaches, no paths. Only one ruler dominates this small patch of land, the Golden Lancehead Viper.
A serpent whose bite can end life within hours. On a tiny 40-hectare island, thousands of these venomous snakes slither through trees, underbrush, and rocky terrain. Every step, every glance is a potential encounter. Statistically, you could be standing a meter from one without knowing it. Their venom doesn't just harm, it dissolves tissue and blood, making even a minor bite a race against time. Access is forbidden. Only a handful of scientists with government permits dare set foot here, fully armored and cautious, aware that a single mistake could be fatal. Snake Island isn't a story of survival. It's a living, breathing test of respect for nature's deadliest design. Snake Island shows the terror of venom. Yet Earth's hazards are not limited to creatures. Across the ocean lies Fraser Island in Australia, where deadly forces lurk in water, sand, and sky, turning paradise into peril. Fraser Island, Australia, nature's hidden killers. Stretching off the coast of Queensland, Fraser Island is a paradise that draws travelers from around the world. The largest sand island on Earth, Fraser Island, the largest sand island on the planet, framed by turquoise waters and beaches so pristine they seem untouched. But beneath its calm appearance lies a network of hidden threats. Danger comes from every direction, land, sea, and even tiny, almost invisible creatures. Just beyond the shore, powerful riptides can pull swimmers under in an instant, leaving almost no chance of rescue. The waters also harbor tiger sharks, patrolling shallow areas where unsuspecting visitors wade. Even smaller, less obvious predators pose a deadly risk. Irukandji jellyfish, nearly invisible in the water, can induce excruciating pain, paralysis, or fatal heart complications before a person even notices the sting. On land, the island's wild dingoes may appear curious, but they are skilled hunters, and attacks, especially on children, show that serenity here is deceptive.
Fraser Island proves that beauty can mask peril, and survival demands constant awareness. Whether on the sands or in the surrounding waters, this island is nature's paradox, a place so visually serene it invites calm, yet so biologically unpredictable it demands constant vigilance. A tropical haven that can turn hostile in an instant. Paradise can be lethal in more ways than one. In Thailand, beauty and danger converge in the form of the kingdom's revered elephants, where instinct, strength, and territoriality turn a gentle giant into a force no human can predict. Thailand, where beauty can turn brutal. You expect danger from erupting mountains or cursed sea zones, but in Thailand, it can come from an animal worshipped for peace. Known as the Kingdom of Elephants, Thailand embraces these giants in its history, religion, and tourism. Yet in the wild, admiration doesn't equal safety. Every year, numerous incidents involve free-roaming elephants near forests, farms, and roadside areas. Highly intelligent with remarkable memory, they respond immediately and overwhelmingly when threatened or encroached upon. Locals call him the Dawn. The Dawn can actually sniff out when a delivery truck is on the way. Cars have been crushed, motorbikes overturned, and campsites demolished in seconds. Some confrontations caught on video show just how quickly tranquility can shift to chaos. Many of these incidents occur along migration paths or when shrinking habitats push elephants closer to human settlements, often at dusk or night when their silhouette blends into the terrain. These animals are typically calm, not aggressive, but their territorial instincts and sheer strength mean that a single defensive reaction can be fatal. Thailand's elephants are symbols of wisdom and heritage, but when survival instincts take over, even the most peaceful creature can become one of nature's most unstoppable forces. From the tiniest ant to the largest elephant, from silent, petrifying lakes to roaring, fiery volcanoes, Earth reminds us that beauty and peril are inseparable. Often the deadliest places are the ones that seem most serene, and their lessons about respect, caution, and survival linger long after we leave. In the end, the danger we've seen isn't born from malice, it's nature simply following its own rules. The Earth is a place of contrasts, breathtaking beauty and hidden peril, wonder and warning intertwined. Some of these extraordinary and deadly corners of our planet would you dare to step into? Share your thoughts below and tell us which ones left your heart racing. The world is vast, mysterious, and far more unpredictable than it seems.